Hi, and welcome back to the Young Mama. Today I'm going to share with you an app that I have been loving, and that is Dave Ramsey's new budget app and website called EveryDollar. The website is just everydollar.com. If you don't know who Dave Ramsey is, you should find out. He is an awesome radio host, and he has a podcast of his radio show, and he's an author and speaker and has lots of books out about getting out of debt and building wealth. And my husband and I really like his stuff, and I honestly feel like it's one of the reasons I am able to be a stay-at-home mom is because we are budgeting and we know where all of our money is going every month. And so it has just been a really big blessing for us, and I just wanted to share with you guys how to use the app. This is not sponsored by Dave Ramsey whatsoever, and I'm not trying to get any credit for any of this. I just want to share with you guys how awesome it has been for me. So I'm going to try to do like a voiceover thing on the computer. We'll see how it works. Let me know if you are into me talking more about budgeting and money saving tips, something I'm really passionate about. My husband thinks I'm a little bit crazy about it, but I just really enjoy it and would love to talk more about it if it's something you guys want to talk about. So give this video a thumbs up if you like it. Thanks so much. Hope you enjoy.
Alright, so you're going to start by going to everydollar.com and you're going to want to sign up and fill out your email and all that good stuff. That's pretty self-explanatory. Then you're going to sign in. I made an example account using my Young Mama email address because obviously budget is pretty personal and I'd just rather not share the exact specifics of our personal finances with you. I had created an example here when I was testing this out, but you can just scroll down to the bottom and reset your budget. Alright, so the first thing you want to add to your budget is obviously your predicted income for the month. Now, obviously, you always want to guess low. Rather than come up short, you can always add more in. And I separate our income by who makes it, just so I know where to put each paycheck. So my husband is pretty much the sole breadwinner, but I do make a little bit from some odd jobs. Hopefully, we'll start making some more here on YouTube. Again, these numbers are just fictitious. I made everything a little high. Anyways, yeah, I just wanted to show you guys the basics of this so it doesn't have to have our actual numbers for you to get the idea. So then there is some categories already given to you, and you'll want to add things as you go as well. For giving, we are evangelical Christians, so we tithe 10% at least every month. So if we were making $5,000, that would be 500. Now you'll see as you go, every category you add, it says how much you have left to budget. So if you had 5,000 and you budget 500 for tithe, you have 4,500 left. Under savings, the first category they have in there for you is your emergency fund. They do suggest you make 3 to 6 months of expenses, your emergency fund, once you are out of debt. We have already funded ours, so we have that in place in a separate account from our checking and other savings. So for right now, our savings is going to the purchase of our first home. We're saving up for our down payment. So I just have it as savings. I don't think I have it labeled as down payment in ours. Whatever your savings is, whether that's putting away for retirement or wherever you are in your stage of life, that would go in the second category. So for once you're saving for retirement, Dave Ramsey suggests about 15%. So you can check that again on the side here. Gives you each category's percentage, which is really nice. And in case you're wondering, Dave Ramsey recommends that you invest in mutual funds over single stocks. Anyways, next is the housing section. So that would be your rent or mortgage and all of your utility costs. Now they have some categories in here already. You can just click on them and delete any ones that don't apply to you. So we don't have a homeowners association and we don't have to pay a water bill. We are renting currently, and we have natural gas for our heat in the winter, and we have electricity, our mobile phone. We don't actually have cable. We have garbage, and then I'll add in the internet there in a second. Now for the garbage, we pay $60 a month. I will tell you that. No, sorry, $60 every 3 months. And so what I do is budget $20 a month, and then when the bill comes on the third month, I have already the money ready for it, and I don't have to, just every third month have to remember it. I already am setting aside every month. So any irregular bills, that is definitely what I would recommend rather than, just waiting and only budgeting on that month. Just makes it feel like a little less of a burden. And back with the percentages, Dave Ramsey does recommend your housing be about 25%, although I believe he only includes your rent or mortgage payment and your property taxes in that. And that doesn't necessarily have to include all of your utilities. The next category then is transportation. So figure out what you use for, about what you spend for gas each month. And then there's a section here for car replacement. Now, obviously, if you have a car payment, you could add this here or later down when we get to debts. But we did pay off both of our vehicles, so right now we are saving for my vehicle. That's going to be the next vehicle that's going to be replaced. So each month, set aside a certain amount so that hopefully we can pay cash for this vehicle, which will be really exciting. And if you pay yourself a car payment every month, once you don't have a car payment, that is really doable. They also don't have mechanical repairs in here, so I definitely added that. You're going to have to estimate and guess what your oil changes are and state inspection or whatever your mechanical repairs are. Obviously, that will depend a little bit on the age of your vehicle. Then in food, there is groceries and restaurants or going out to eat. That shouldn't vary too much every month. So that's pretty easy. And then there is the lifestyle category. Again, there's some things in here that I had to delete. We don't have a pet. We don't have childcare because I am a stay-at-home mom. No tuition yet because he's only 7 months old. I took out subscriptions. We do have Netflix, but I just put that in our entertainment. I changed the sports and entertainment to just entertainment. And so, entertainment, what I actually do is delete the restaurant category for ours and just include that in entertainment because I think going out to eat is entertainment. It's usually our date night and stuff. And that entertainment category includes like going out to eat for us, day trips, what else? Just grabbing random bites to eat that aren't just, groceries from the grocery store. I'll include weekend trips in there if they're inexpensive. Otherwise, I'll take them out of a vacation fund. And then what I do is my husband Joseph and I, we each get a spending budget for the month that we can spend on whatever we want. So we don't have to ask the other person, if they approve of it or whatever. We can spend whatever we want out of that money. That includes our clothing. If I go out for like coffee with a girlfriend. So entertainment that's not together basically is usually included in that. And then Miles, our son, has his own category, and I just lump all of his stuff together, clothing, diapers, everything except his medical bills would go in that category, toys. Yeah, I guess that's about it. Whatever I need for him. I do include like things that are related to pregnancy sometimes in there, like if I need breast pads or breast milk storage bags or whatever, I'll just include that in his budget. And people say that babies are expensive, but I think I do. This is another category that I left about what we spend, and we honestly don't spend more than $60 on him a month. So you can make babies less expensive than people say they have to be. And then 2 categories that we add are home and guns. Home is just stuff around the house, decorations, candles, linens, stuff like water filters as well would go in that. We are gun people, so my husband vouched for a gun section in our budget. It is not $75 in reality. He would love that. And then here's the vacation category that I had mentioned. We like to save for vacation separately than entertainment because we will spend our entertainment budget, no matter how big it is, every month if it is there. So it is easier to save for big vacations. We like to take 1 or 2 vacations a year. We are right now saving for a trip to Disney in November. Yay! But obviously that can get expensive, so we are starting to save now. Then the next category, insurance and tax, pretty self-explanatory. If you get health insurance through work, you can just delete that, but we pay our own health insurance. Then you put life insurance, auto insurance. I also put our medical bills in this category just so it's near my health insurance. Even though I guess it's not insurance and tax, I just put our medical bills in this category. And thankfully, really our only medical bills are Miles' checkups as a baby. And then if you have student loan debt or car payments or whatever, you can put that in the debt section. Now you can see at the top it says I'm $110 over my budget. So what I would suggest is to go through and put everything what you think you would like to spend every month and then see where you're over and what you can cut back on. Or if there's good news and you have money left over, stick it right in savings. Or, obviously, if it's a ton left over, you can put it in some other categories as well. But let's say, okay, I don't have all the money for vacation, or I need to lower my entertainment budget a little, or, so sad, Joseph, but we're going to have to lower the gun budget a little bit. Then when you have it, your income and your outgo is the same. If it's a green check mark and says it's an EveryDollar budget, which is when you are good to go for the month. And I would suggest editing this a little bit every month because obviously there are some changes from month to month, especially when you're starting. You're really not going to be dead on the first month, obviously. So once the budget is set up every couple of days or, about once a week, I will go in and add what we have spent. And the way I do that is I literally save every single receipt. So first I put in the income. So if my husband gets, for example, a $2,000 paycheck, I would put that in under his income received. And then I would go through the receipts. Say I, scroll through and I have a receipt from the grocery store. I would click on groceries, hit add transaction on the right, and then type in the amount. Now, if you click on more options, you can actually add a note or a check number. And for the note, I usually like to put where I spent it or what I spent it on. So Wise is a grocery store near us. If the receipt was from Wise, I would do that just so I have a little bit more detail if I ever have any questions like how come we spent so much this month on this category. I can go back and look exactly what it is without digging out all of the receipts again because I do store them afterwards. So yeah, what I do is go through all of them. When we don't get receipts, I do write them in a little notebook. And if it's online, I try to print out the email or just record it right away. Again, just try to figure out what works best for you as you go. The first couple months, will be difficult and you'll have to adjust things as you go. But they say usually after 3 or 4 months, you start to get the hang of a budget and your budget will be more doable and it will feel more like second nature to you. Now, they also do have an app for this, which is awesome. It's only on iPhone, which is a little bit unfortunate, but you can always use the website if you don't have an iPhone. But if you do, I highly recommend downloading the app. It is super awesome to be able to have it on my phone and Joseph's phone, so we're always on the same page. When we're out and about, we can check what's left in the budget. It is just a really helpful tool. So hope you guys enjoyed this, and if you guys want me to talk about budgeting in the future again, let me know. Or if you have any questions on this website, leave your questions in the comments. Thanks so much. Hope you have a wonderful Friday, and I will talk to you next week. Bye bye.